Hello, welcome to Real Bodies Real Talk with Anne Ugochu channel. This is a space where we have deep and honest conversations about confidence, self-worth, and the realities of being a body that the society often judges. Welcome to this episode. So, we're going to be continuing on our confidence series, which we've started in the last 3 weeks, and this is going to be our 4th episode. So I'm going to be tagging this My Love Life. Yes, so I'm very sure some of you might be wondering like how my love life is. For me to tag it like this, like the Nollywood theme kind of thing. Maybe it's what is in your head. Yeah, so all this kind of, she meets a guy, she falls in love, then at the end of the day they live happily ever after. Sorry to bust your bubble, guys. That's not my story, at least not yet. But I'm going to be sharing a few of my experiences, so that's why I tagged it like that. So I've come to realize that whoever we are with, whoever our partner is, can help build our confidence or destroy our confidence. Yes. And this is a fact, not just in terms of love life or relationship, is a fact in every kind of relationship, in the sense that you have people who would affect you positively or affect you negatively, whichever. So that's how it is. So you are in a relationship with a partner who either helps you build your confidence or helps destroy it. I've also come to realize that some people date plus size women privately. They prefer to date them privately and would not put them out there publicly. When it's time for them to actually put these people out there publicly, they don't do that. That is, they want this person, but they don't want this body. They want me, but they don't want my body. I've had an experience where someone once told me that if I was slimmer, he would have dated me. But he doesn't like plus size people, he doesn't like chubby people, so he can't date me. And was I offended? Yes. Was I angry? Yes. Did I feel hurt? Yes, I did. But you know why? Because I'm a human being. But one thing I like about that conversation was the fact that he was honest with me from the beginning. Most people will rather go into the relationship before they even tell you, because they are looking for something from you. So when they probably get it or not get it, they walk away without saying anything. But he was honest enough to tell me that this is it for him. So I appreciated him for that. We are still friends anyways. I appreciated him for that. In the second scenario, I met someone who we met and I kind of felt we connected, because I realized he liked the same things I liked, same music, so many things were like, it was almost like we are like. So we became close enough, and as one thing led to another, feelings started to grow. And as time was going, I felt impatient. So I opened up to him first by telling him how I felt about him and what I was expecting from what we had. And he made it clear from the beginning. He was like, he's not ready for a relationship right now because he's not over his ex and he's not financially stable. So he wants to be over that, then because at that point we're still trying to figure out ourselves and all of that in terms of finances and everything. So I understood where he was coming from, and I didn't mind. I waited. I said I was going to wait whenever he was ready, since I wasn't in a hurry. At least let's start building something from this phase. But year in, year out, it was the same story. Let's just be friends for now. I'm not ready and all of that. And in the course of all of these things, I was the one giving a lot. I was giving my time. I was giving my emotions, resources, money, let me put it that way. I was giving emotions. Like, it was clear to him that I had feelings, that I loved him. It was clear to him, he knew. I was the one who was constantly keeping in touch, calling, because we don't stay in the same place. He was somewhere else, I was somewhere else, different cities. So I was the one who was constantly reminding him of me. I was the one reaching out all the time. Even there were times I would be upset and I would block him, and he won't try to reach reach out to me, I'll be the one to unblock him and still tell him I blocked him because I was angry with him. Yeah, it was that bad. Because most people I met after that made me feel they made me feel like it was more about sex, because you just stopped and it was mostly online. I was meeting people, just like that, connecting to all of those things. So they made me feel that was what they were in for. And this guy was someone I have met. We have stayed, because it was in camp we met. So I've stayed with him for a while. So I felt more safer and relaxed with him because he already knew how I looked. So I didn't need to explain. And sometimes we did video calls. But these other people always made me feel that was what they wanted. Imagine me having someone and you guys don't ever discuss anything if it doesn't have to do with sex and all of that. So most of the times it was no for me. I'll just walk away. But it was more safer with him, so I thought. And years passed like that. It was always let's be friends. Until towards the end of 2024, we started all over again, and I felt it became something serious. And whenever this discussion came up, he would always make me feel like it wasn't about the size for him. He loved me irrespective, because to him I was a good person, I'm kind, I'm this, I'm that. So he wasn't bothered about that. So we had conversations like that. And one time I know I kind of asked him if it ever came to that point where he gets to introduce me to his family and maybe they'll have an issue with my side, what will he do? And he was like, you know what, these people will not choose who he is going to end up with. So that one is not a question. He likes me, he loves me, and that's what matters to him. So it got to that point where I think he was, his family or his mom was, always bringing up this marriage issue with him and he introduced me to her through photograph. Just showed her my picture because we are not in the same environment. So I had this thing of sending him pictures. I do think so. Okay, yeah. So I was sending him, so he had my pictures. So he showed it to her, and according to what he said, she said was that we don't fit. That was the word he used. We don't fit. So the moment he said that, I already knew where this was coming from. I already knew the angle at which she was saying it. And he told her, I said, you can bring any other person, because she actually has someone in mind for him. But she was like, you can bring any other person, but this one you don't fit. No. So I already knew, and he pretended not to know. Because I asked him, I was like, are you aware what your mom meant by that statement? He was like, no. I said, it was about my size. He said, no, it's not. I said, that was it. If not, she won't make that statement. And if not, she would have tried to get to know me, inquire about me before concluding on that part. She doesn't know me. She didn't inquire about me. She didn't ask about me. She just gave up. And I wasn't bothered about what she thought or anyone thought about me. I was more concerned about how he felt about me, if he agrees to what they were saying. And yeah, you want to hear something? He agreed to that because he came back with the story of let's be friends again. And I'm like, no. So when she said all those things, what did you say? Nothing. And you want us to be friends? No, I'm not going to do that. I can't be friends with someone I genuinely like, and you expect me to be friends at the age we are in right now. No, it's not going to happen. And it was because I can't be with a person who is not sure of me, who is indecisive, who can't fight for me or defend me or anything. So I can't be in that kind of space with you. So let's just cut it off. Because it made me realize that all this while it has been an issue. He just made me believe that was not an issue. It has been an issue because you were too fast in agreeing to that. So it was just like he needed a confirmation. Let somebody just confirm to him that okay, and he got it. So that was it. So there's no point us being friends. Let's just end it. Whatever it is we have, let's just go. That was it for me. And I know that there are most plus-size people who have been through that kind of ordeal, where you see signs when you're meant to walk away, you decide to stay. Why? Because you're scared of being rejected. You're scared that you might not see someone else out there who will love you for you. So you want to stay there, bury yourself there, kill yourself there. pour your emotion, give what you have, you give your time, you give your emotions, you give your love, take every kind of rubbish from the person. And you're doing this and you're losing yourself in the process. So when this relationship finally ends and someone who genuinely loves you comes, you have nothing to give this person in time of emotions, energy and love and all of that, because you're still trying to get over the last one. So you've spent a lot of your time and energy into this one, that when a new one comes, it's difficult for you to move on. Look, know when to walk away, know when to step away. Don't be in a place where you're tolerated or managed, where you're being reminded that society has a problem with your body, when you're being reminded that your body is wrong, when you're being reminded that you're too fat and you need to do surgery to look shapy, you need to wear this and where you're being reminded when to eat and when not to eat and all of that. Even if maybe some of the advice might be good, but the angle and the place where it's coming from is what matters. Why will you want to kill yourself? Why do you want to stay there instead of just walking away? You desire love. What makes you think you don't deserve it? It's human for anyone to desire to be loved the way she wants or he wants to be loved. So you're not wrong. It's not something you should be ashamed of. But staying put in a place where you're not wanted, where you're not appreciated, where you're not seen. You're in a relationship yet you're not seen. They're not seeing you. You're invisible. You're in a relationship, you're the one doing all the work, buying the gift, making the calls, doing all of that, giving yourself, and you're not getting any of that. The only thing you get is a reminder of what you look like. And when it's time for them to settle down, you'll go and marry someone who's slimmer. I've experienced that too. So my darling, don't give yourself too much on a platter to someone you already know. You're already seeing the signs. The signs are all over. This can ruin your confidence. It can break you, it can destroy you. I heard of a woman who says her husband is always complaining about her size since she gave birth. Your tummy is this, you're eating too much, I don't like, I said this. That kind of thing can actually make this woman lose herself, get into depression. You hate yourself for that. So don't stay in a place where they are managing you, where they are tolerating you. No, don't do that. Walk away when it's time. You've had enough, walk away. You will definitely see love outside. Someone who will love and admire you. And if it gets to that point where he feels your body is becoming a health challenge, he can walk you through that process. He will walk you through it. That is love. Not the one that will frustrate you, make you depressed and all of that. You lose confidence in yourself, you lose yourself, everything. Look, I always say it, love yourself, accept yourself, help yourself. Not because you want to please someone else, but because you have to do it for yourself. That's when people will be attracted to you. When you love yourself, when you carry yourself with so much grace and boldness and all of that, people will naturally throw themselves at you. Yes. So don't be in that kind of space or in that relationship where you have to give, and you're not getting anything in return, and you're seeing the signs. Yes, yet you want to remain there because you feel that love is not for you. At some point, I felt that way. After this whole thing, I felt maybe I don't deserve love. Love is not for me. It's not meant for me. It's for other people. It's a lie. Love is meant for everybody. You deserve love. You're meant to be loved, and you will be loved. You just have to see it. It's a matter of mindset. Place it in your mind that you deserve love and you'll be loved. You will meet someone that will love and admire you, regardless of how you are, in size, in whatever. So don't just lose yourself in the process of trying to make somebody happy or comfortable. Don't lose yourself doing that. Fight for yourself, fight for your joy, fight for your peace, fight for your happiness by walking away from that toxic relationship that will always scream fat to the entire world. Walk away. Accept yourself. Love yourself. Dress well. Package well. Put your body in order. Do all of this while you're working towards being a better version of yourself. And see how the world will accept you. Your body is not wrong. You're not in the wrong body. You're a human being. Okay? Always remember that. So let me ask a question. Have you ever been in that kind of relationship where you're constantly reminded of how fat you are? Or of how I'm just managing you. Nobody will love you the way I love you, so you better behave. All those kind of things. Have you ever been? If you have, let's meet at the comment section and talk about these things. Okay? So if you know anybody that is struggling with any of these things I've been talking about so far, or have this kind of similar story, share this video with them. Let them know that we're having this kind of conversation, and let's talk more about these things. Okay? To help build your confidence and all of that. And let me remind you, your body is not wrong. You're not in the wrong space, or you're not in the wrong body. Okay? You can always do better. While you're working towards it, love and accept yourself. See you in my next episode. Bye.